Oh, that's good tea. Well, guys, we are live, and I don't know how long this live stream is going to last before the internet dies on me because we've had very poor internet connection this morning. So, if you guys are in there, pop in and say hi. Current time, now that we've had a time change, is about 24 minutes after 12:24 p.m. Pacific time. It is raining. I just got in from outside. I was soaked. I was up raking up leaves and stuff, maple leaves, and checking out the Swampsonii palms. They are saturated. And the current temperature here is a cool 6.3 degrees Celsius. It is not warm out there. It is cool. It is a cool, damp North Pacific day. So typical November weather. This rain actually translates to snow at higher elevations. They said the freezing level is going to drop down to about 3,500 feet. That's what the weather was talking about. So the weather forecast. So people up in the highlands may be getting some snow if it drops down to 3,500 feet, right? So we don't have to worry about that. We're only 160 feet above sea level here. So no worries about snow at this end of the rock. But you know what? It may come this winter, but then again, it may not. Anyway, if you're around, pop in and say hi. Mixie Palms. Hello. Hey, cool. I like that name, Mixie Palms. Good to see you in there, man. How do your palm trees grow? They are thriving here because the palms we grow love this wet weather. They love this wet, cool November North Pacific weather we are having at the current time. Cool temperatures too. Trachycarpus palms love it. The Parajubea loves it. The Butea likes it. And the Jubea seem to all like that lousy weather we're having here on the Gulf Islands. And we are in the wet season. Wendy thinks it's going to clear up. It does look like it is getting brighter. And Wendy just came in from a long walk. I was down at the bottom of the property. My palms are big, mate. Are they awesome? Whereabouts are you? I'm guessing Australia. Are you in Australia? Australia or England? I say mate too. I know a lot of the British Commonwealth countries use the word mate, and I often use the word mate as well because we are in Canada. So if you're in Australia, maybe even England, you have some big palm trees. So, or maybe you're not in them. But still. Oh, you're in the UK. Cool. Right on. Yeah, they're growing here. They're definitely. Well, I'll flip this around so you can see what I'm talking about out the window. If you can see out the window, you can see some palm trees. Lots of palm trees here. The house is surrounded by palm trees. There's a lot of them here, and I guess our biggest now must be about 20 feet. Something like that, at least close to 20 feet tall. I planted that one a long time ago in the 80s, 1987, early 87, but it's growing in very poor soil. You know what? It'd be a lot bigger if it was growing in good soil. So I just kind of hacked a hole in the earth, threw a bag of soil in with it, and put it in. So I really did not amend the hole that well. I should have, would have, could have, but I didn't. And anyway, the trees, I mean, it's a pretty good sized palm tree. A lot of these ones out here I grew from seed. And they're pretty big too. I mean, that one out there is probably maybe 15 feet tall, something like that. Same with the soil. Yeah. You know, I always say my theory is $5 hole for a $1 palm or $1 plant, right? Because it does all stem from the roots. So, you know, a lot of guys, you know, they ask, well, Joe, how fast do these Trachycarpus palm trees grow? And the answer to that question is, well, it just really depends on how you amend the soil in the hole. If you have awesome soil where you live and you don't have to amend it, well, then it's probably going to go pretty fast if you have adequate moisture. Here, it is very dry and rocky. The soil in our upper garden is extremely rocky and dry. So, you know, you can put a palm tree in that soil and it can exist for years. It won't die, but it will just exist and grow at a pretty slow rate. If you dig out a bigger hole, throw some nice black topsoil in there with some manure or some compost, and you irrigate it in the dry summer months, it will grow fast. And I always, a good example is a palm seedling I sold a guy in 2001, and it is 30 feet tall now. And that is no lie, 30 feet tall. Now 10 foot of trunk from the seed. Oh, really? 10 feet of trunk. So your palms are they're growing fast. 10 feet of trunk. That is awesome. So you got some Salt Spring Island palms growing in the UK. I don't even know how many palm seeds I have sent to the UK. I'm going to say thousands. I have shipped thousands of palm seeds and hundreds of palm seedlings to the UK. And I've shipped them to Ireland too. There's a Dara in there. I got an order going out right now. There's my little sticker on the back. These ones here I'll cover up as address. These ones are going to Ontario. These ones are going to Ontario. And there are, I'll show you what we have in here. We have, these are called Sable Cross Brazoriensis. These are Sable Brazoria, and these are going to Ontario. Now, they're definitely going to need help in Ontario. This is what I sell on eBay, right? So these guys I will send off probably tomorrow. I'm going to put my card in there. Ouch. And I've shipped so many palm trees to Ontario too. So we know there's a lot of Salt Spring Island palms growing in Ontario. My garden is now a bird of prey. Oh, bird of prey center. Cool. Hey, they got a bird of prey center in Duncan on Vancouver Island, not very far from here. And it is awesome. You can go in there. There's bald eagles, there's owls, osprey, hawks, whatever else they have in there. Are you selling sables? Yes. These sables are Sable Brazoria right here. So, yeah, they're nice palms. They're very, very hardy palm trees. Unfortunately, shipping to Europe costs more. Shipping to Ontario is not so bad, but 5 palms here is $20 to get to Ontario. I just wish shipping didn't go up so much. You know, it's such a ripoff now. They make everything so costly, and it's a bummer. Butias are your favorite. We have, I bet you butias will grow very well where you are. And I know there's big butias in England. We have one butia in our garden, and it's doing okay, and it doesn't mind this. Actually, I see the sun shining. There are some nice butias on Salt Spring Island. And I know there's some big butias in London, and there's also a huge jubea in London and a Phoenix canariensis, because there's a YouTube guy here, and he shoots videos of big palm trees in London. Would you be able to ship to? Yeah, I can ship to Ireland. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can definitely ship to Ireland. I've shipped to Ireland before. I've shipped to Ireland, Scotland, Wales, all over the UK. I think I've even shipped them to the Isle of Wight. Yes, I've shipped to the Isle of Wight before too. Isle of Man, one of those places. So yeah, I can ship them there. So they're not bad. They're not bad palms. They're not super fast growing Sable Brazoria, but they are a tough palm tree. They do like the heat. I just warn you, put them in a hot spot. That's the key for growing all sables. I've got them listed on eBay. Yes, I do, Dara. They are listed on eBay, but shipping to Ireland is going to cost a little bit more. You'd have to add another $5 to go to Ireland for those 5 palms. Microclimate. Yeah, London is a very mild area, and people don't realize that. I don't think it's ever got much below -7 degrees Celsius in London. You know, in our time, it does not get that cold. And we know that because of what grows in London. I have seen photos of and videos of huge Phoenix canariensis palms, and also a huge Jubea chilensis, which looks amazing. It had probably 25, 30 feet of trunk on it, at least. It was just absolutely beautiful. I mean, to the top of the palm, it could have been that tall. I think it was growing near a college or something. And I watched the video last week. A guy in London posted a video, and the video I don't think was recent, but it was a huge Jubea growing in London. And we know there's lots of trachys there. There's cordylines. There's what else is growing there? Butia. You can grow so many good things in London. People don't realize that. It's the same latitude as Vancouver. Vancouver is very mild too in the winter, but -9. That's awesome. There is a huge Phoenix here in Kelly's Bay Gardens in Ireland. Yes. And hello, Jane. Aloha to my friend Jane. Good to see you in there. Hey, check out the thumbnail on this. Check out the thumbnail, Jane, on this live stream. It's actually taken in Honolulu Zoo. The thumbnail was taken in Honolulu Zoo, and it is a Pritchardia just for you. Hello, Michael from Poland. Good to see you in there. Michael from Poland. That is awesome. I always love to have Michael in there. One sec. I'm just going to do something here. Michael. There we go. Coming back for Michael. Anyway, Michael, cheers to Michael. So isn't that an awesome barrel mug? Anyway, Jane, hope you're having a good day in Hawaii. I know you guys are 3 hours behind us. It is only 9:30 a.m. Did you know that koa trees have different forms? No, I didn't, Jane. That is interesting. I did not know that until now. Thank you for telling us that. I love koa trees, and I know Jane does too. I got an accordioli red star. Oh, cool. Norway spruce and accordioli red star. Cheers to, well, that's awesome, Dara. They'll do very good in your climate. Cheers to all of you guys. This is a pretty cool mug. Isn't that a cool mug, everybody? Thank you, Michael. And it keeps the tea warm. I got some mint, green mint tea in there right now. So red star cordyline are quite nice. They're a little bit less cold hardy than the green form, but perfectly cold hardy in Ireland. Now, Dara was saying in Kells Bay Gardens, there is a huge Phoenix canariensis, and I believe it. I remember seeing a photo of a very large Phoenix canariensis growing in Ireland, and it was planted in 1894, and I don't know if it's still there. I got a Norway spruce for canopy. Oh, a Norway spruce. That's one thing you don't really see much around here is Norway spruce, but they are very cold hardy. I can tell you that. And that's one plant that will not grow where Jane is. There are no Norway spruce where Jane is living. This is a great mug. I love it. It holds a lot of tea. You could put beer in there too. You guys could put beer in a mug like that too. Isn't that an awesome mug? And Wendy has one too. We have matching mugs, but hers says Wendy on it. So anyway, it looks like the sun is starting to shine here, Wendy. The koa trees on my island often branch a lot, trunk often, not straight as often as a typical. I like the way they're kind of gnarly and twisted, koa trees, kind of like an arbutus tree, Jane. Mixie, the only thing I've lost in my garden was tree ferns. Oh, really? Our tree fern is doing very well, our big one. The small one suffered in the heat in June when we got up to 109 degrees Fahrenheit. I've seen no difference in cold tolerance of the. Oh, is that right? Okay, so the red ones here are slightly less cold tolerant. I find there are red ones around. I've got videos of them here. Generally, they grow bigger by the ocean because it's milder. We have red star in our garden. We have a few of them, and we also have one called vanilla fudge. I think that's Wendy bought it. Vanilla fudge. So it's got brown, kind of bronzy centers and white margins on it. On the edges of the leaves, and that's a Cordyline australis. So I need to plant a koa tree. So if it's here or if it's somewhere else when we move, when and if we move, you know what? That's the question. When and if we move, we don't know what's really going on right now. Like I say, we're still going through the immigration process. It takes time, so I will be live streaming here for a while. I have a 6-year-old ones in my. Oh, cool! That your nana had right on. Well, they do very well in Ireland. We know there's huge Cordylines all over Ireland. Mixie palm, there's a 30-foot washi down. Oh, yeah. And you know what? There are washies, Mixie, in London, too, because I've seen them. Jane, koa trees on the big island, closed forest, koa, straight trunk. Oh, like eucalyptus. Hey, Jane, do you like Eucalyptus degelucta, the rainbow gum? I love rainbow gum. Mixie palms. Joe, are you already picking Trachycarpa? No, not yet, Karas palms. Michael, that will be, somebody asked me that. It won't be till December. About mid-December, that's when I'm going to start to harvest. So we got about a month and a bit to go before I actually start harvesting seed. And then I'm going to dry them for a little bit. I'm not going to harvest as much seed this year. I know Kells Bay has Washingtonia palm. Kells Bay is mild. I think it's like zone 9B in Kells Bay, Ireland. So it never really gets that cold there. They are weeds here. What's that? The Cordylines? Cordylines are weeds in London. I know there's Cordylines everywhere there. Where my daughter lived in England, there was lots of Cordylines. I like rainbow youth, but not other species. Yeah, I love rainbow. They're beautiful. That's one I want to grow if and when we get to the tropics. Is it 10A in Ireland? Is it really that mild? Holy cow. You could grow lots of good stuff in 10A. Oh, the dog wants it. Hang on. The cow who's scratching. Where is Wendy? Where are you? Laying down. Don't know where Wendy is. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'd love to go to Ireland one day. It would be awesome. Eucalyptus robusta is invasive. Eucalyptus robusta. I don't know if I've heard of that one before. No, trackies. Yeah, trackies, mixie palms are everywhere in England. So my daughter lived in Taunton near Devon. Okay, she lived in Somerset in the area of Taunton and near closer to Devon. And she lived there for a couple of years, and then she moved over to South Cornwall. And yeah, eventually that's our plan. That is our plan. But you know what? Mixie palms, we are going through the process right now, which takes time. Immigration process takes a lot of time, and we haven't even had the stamp of approval yet. But we're planning on getting the stamp of approval. We hope we get the stamp of approval. If and when we get that, then yes, we will eventually leave Salt Spring Island and go to a warmer climate. I have heard of Eucalyptus Red Gum. Red Gum, yes, for sure, definitely has a rough trunk. I've probably seen it in Hawaii. I'm sure they grow in Hawaii. Now, I love rainbow gum, Eucalyptus deglupta, and there's no hope in heck we're going to ever grow that here. But I heard they can grow in Southern California. Thank you, Mixie Palms. Yes, back at you. I don't know where Wendy is. I think she's taking a nap or something. Are you taking a nap? Wendy's taking a nap. I talk too much for her, so she needs to take a rest from me. Anyway, if and when we go to the tropics, that's one eucalyptus I will grow, and only one is Eucalyptus rainbow gum. Could rainbow? No, I don't think so. I mean, you could try one. You could try a Eucalyptus rainbow gum, but they are truly, I believe, a tropical species of eucalyptus. There's a lot of them in Hawaii. Eucalyptus robusta looks like a tall, straight tree with a rough trunk. And I've probably seen it, Jane, because I know there's a lot of eucalyptus that grow on Maui when we're there. And there's actually, as you get up to the mountain near Haleakala, there's an elevation up there. There's actually this eucalyptus forest. When you drive through the eucalyptus forest, you can smell the gum trees. So when you walk through our yard, and more before it was prevalent, but since Wendy had them all cut down in February, early February, you don't smell them as much now. But there's one particular one we had cut down in May, and you can really smell it. It's the spinning gum. Did you see my photo? Yes. No, I saw the photos on my wall. I did see, yes, on my wall, and I commented on them. Yes, I did. Those were awesome. I love those photos. Thanks, Jane. I did comment. If you look, I commented on your photos, and they were beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous, breathtaking photos of the mountains with the kind of mist around them, the cloud forest. Beautiful. I'd love to be up in there. Hyophorbe, yes, the bottle palm. Love to grow it. Yeah, I'd like to grow that one too. I had seeds for it, but they took my seeds away when I was going through Kahului at the airport on Maui. There is a smell. Smell of eucalyptus is awesome, Dara. We have a lot of eucalyptus trees on our property, but like I say, we had all the big ones cut down because they're quite dangerous trees. And like Jane said, they are notorious for breaking branches. Big trees. We had 100-foot tall eucalyptus trees around our house. Bismarck is a good one. So if and when we move to Costa Rica, that's the plan, we will grow a Bismarckia nobilis palm. That's what I want to do. Grow Bismarckia. Wendy loves foxtails and Bismarckia. I want to grow what my gal likes. I have gunny eye, blue gum. Okay, blue gum, Eucalyptus globulus is more tender, but the Tasmanian blue gum is a little hardier. Now, there was a blue gum growing at Grace Point for over 20-something years, and they cut it down a couple of years ago. Koa Jane, there are koa trees in the photos. It grows moist, muddy soil. That's so cool. Oh, my God. So lucky. Jane, I wish I was there with you. I'd go on a hike up to the top of that mountain. Also, Kencha. Yeah, we have a Kencha palm out in our garden right now in a huge 20-gallon planter. It's sitting out there right now. I will only bring it in when it gets too cold. I've had it for years. Unfortunately, it took a real beating in the heat. We had the heat dome in June, and it damaged that palm badly. My blue gum. Oh, it's the Tasmanian one. Okay, good. Then that's a good one. So the one that was growing at Grace Point in town, massive, big tree, and they cut it down. What a shame. It was just such a gorgeous blue gum tree. It's just absolutely sickening that they cut it down. But they did. There's not a whole lot of eucalyptus trees left at Grace Point. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 eucalyptus trees. Summer would be a perfect season to go on that. My pants got dirty. Yeah. And you know what? It's funny. Will mule palms handle? Yeah, they will. Ours handle the heat, not a problem, Mixie palms. We have mule palms, and they're so far so good. Jane, the only time I used to travel to Oahu, believe it or not, was in the summer months, right? And then when I got together with Wendy, we only would go in the winter, in the late fall and the winter months to Oahu. But even in the summer months, it's beautiful. The blue gum, yes, they have bigger leaves and quite fragrant. Dara, you should try Eucalyptus nitens. Eucalyptus nitens is a beautiful tree. I uploaded a video this morning on this channel and I'm walking through Grace Point, and you can see the big blue gum, or the big nitens, the big eucalyptus nitens. It's a monster size eucalyptus. There's actually a snow gum beside it that kind of gets blocked out by the huge nitens. So nitens is a good one. That's called a shining gum. And Eucalyptus neglecta is a good one too. Very fragrant, oily leaves. There's so many different things you can grow, Dara, and that's the key. You got to push the envelope, zone push it in Ireland because you got a good climate. So I say milk the climate for all it's worth. Mixie palms going. There will be try growing camis there. Going there will be Camarops will definitely grow there. I think because I know they're growing in Honolulu. I've seen Camarops up at Lion Arboretum, Cerifera, big ones, and there's also one growing in Honolulu Zoo. It's been in there forever. Oh, can you get seeds for it? Can I get seeds for which one? The Nitens? I don't know if I can reach them. I would have to look. You'd have to look. It's a big tree, and the branches start way up. Jane, Brill, Mixie Palms, Brill. Jane Tang, I could take you to Manoa Cliffs Restoration. That's cool. I'd have to bring my rubber booties. Pritchardia outplanted. Well, Jane, like I say, on this thumbnail for this video, I picked a thumbnail just for you of a Pritchardia growing at Honolulu Zoo. So if you look at the Pritchardia in the thumbnail of this video, I think it might be Pacifica. Now you're a Pritchardia girl. You know your Pritchardias. You let me know what you think the palm is in the thumbnail of this video. It is, I think, Pritchardia pacifica, right? And it is a beautiful tree, and it's probably a lot taller now because when that photo was taken, I'm guessing 2014, something like that. So 7 years ago, it would have been 7 years ago in the Honolulu Zoo. And you probably know the palm. If you look at that palm in the photo, you'll say, yeah, I know where that is. I love the Honolulu Zoo because not only I like the animals, but I love to see the plants in there. They got beautiful Dipsis tekerii and beautiful Eucalyptus dexlupta and lots of palm trees. Oh, you did get snow gum. Good. And you know the hardiest snow gum, Dara, is Eucalyptus debusavilli. That is a tough snow gum. Eucalyptus debusavilli. That's a very good tree. Extremely cold hardy, more than cold hardy enough for your climate. I don't think it would ever work in Hawaii except on top of Mauna Loa or Mauna Kea. But where Jane is, she's going to have to grow something tropical. And I don't know how big your yard is, Jane, but would you ever consider growing a eucalyptus rainbow gum, or is that too big for your yard? I'm just curious. If our climate was tropical here, it's not a Pacifica. It could be a Pritchardia. Oh, from Kona. Oh, cool. So it's not a Pacifica. Cool. So anyway, if you're ever at the zoo, Jane, check out that palm tree. I'd like to see how big it is now. Look where that location is. You can probably tell by looking at that photo. No, it's a giant. Is it big now, do you think? Do you think that palm is now big? Joe, what's your favorite palm? I think Mixie Palms, Needle Palm, and Sable Minor are probably my favorite palms. And my most favorite tropical palm is Bismarckia and then Foxtail. Oh, you've seen it before, Jane? Okay, so is it much taller now? Do you think? It's got to be taller now, I bet, huh? What do you think? Jane gives me the inside scoop what's going on in Hawaii. That's why I love Jane. I miss Hawaii. I really would love to go back again with Wendy. Wendy and I always have a good time when we go to Hawaii. Mine is Bismarckia. I love Bismarckia. I got good videos here of a Bismarckia palm growing near Wailea, and Wendy standing beside it in 2012. And over the years, every year we're there, we take videos and pictures of it, and it's amazing how much it's grown in 10 years. My favorite palm is Sable Palmetto. Wendy's just in here to make me some lunch.
No, I'm not.
Whoa, hello. Hello. I got to feed myself. Sable Palmetto are awesome too. Someone selling in Canada. Very difficult to find needle palms in Canada, Michael. Trithrinax is nearly impossible to find in Canada. You will not find Trithrinax in Canada, only in collectors' gardens. Hello, Wendy from Dara. Hi, Dara from Wendy. Michael, you could try Pineapple Dan. Hello, Wendy from Mixie Palms. Hello, Mixie Palms from Wendy. Aloha. You could try Pineapple Dan. That's what he goes by, Pineapple Dan, in Niagara, Ontario, Niagara region of Ontario. He is on probably Zone Pushers on Facebook, or maybe he actually has a website. You know what it is called? Niagara Tropics. He actually has, I think, a website called Niagara Tropics or Niagara Palms, and he might sell needle palms. Hello, Wendy from Michael. Hi, Michael from Wendy. Michael made us these nice mugs. I'm using it right now. So anyway, try Niagara Tropics, okay, Michael? And the guy's name is Dan, and he goes by Pineapple Dan. There used to be a Coconut Mike too, but Coconut Mike is no longer in the house. Coconut Mike has expired and is now pushing up the palm trees, unfortunately. He was a very nice guy. Larry Johnson, hey Joe, I grew a Musa Candarian banana from Africa, reached 12 feet southern grows. Wow, cool. That's pretty awesome. Very cool. I'm amazed how I was recovered from the. Yeah, thank God, Dara. I'm sorry to hear about the cattle incident. I remember we had a bunch of cattle, a herd of cattle, come through our last yard where I used to live, but that was 40 years ago, and they made a big mess of the front grass. I just remember hoof prints everywhere. They did a lot of damage. They ran through Mom and Dad's garden. Right, that would have been maybe 1979. Maybe it was more than 40 years ago. I don't know the species of Pichardia in your thumbnail, but it's definitely palm, Lolu. Is it not the Lolu palm? I don't think it's that one. It looks nice, though. It's a beautiful palm. Jane, I was thinking of you when I put that up there. Pichardia pacifica is not Hawaii. No, I think it's from Fiji, Pichardia pacifica. Musabaju are weeds pushing up my patio. Really? Cool. That's what you got to love when Musabaju are weeds in England. Ours really suffered badly this year, our Musabaju. We had that heat in end of June, extreme heat, and then we had so much dry weather, months on end without any rain. I couldn't keep everything watered enough, and unfortunately, the bananas got too neglected, and they're just stressed. I'm not even going to wrap the trunks this year. If it gets cold and they freeze down, I don't really care. We'll just let them come back again. It's a, but I don't know. Oh, you don't know what species? Okay, so you don't think it's Pacifica then? Pacifica, I think, is from Fiji, right? Is it from South Pacific? From the South Pacific Islands? I'm pretty sure it is. Nice looking palm, though. I wish it was hardy. I wish I could grow a Pichardia here on Salt Spring Island. That would be awesome. And Larry, how's everything doing in Ontario right now? How is the weather? It is damp. It is wet. It is, oh, I see blue sky. I do see blue sky. I spoke too soon. You know what? It actually stopped raining. It's just gray out. It's gray, but I'm seeing blue sky and sun over there to the southwest. Lulu, I don't know. Hawaiian Chardy species is called Lolu. Lolu, like right, L-O-W, how it sounds. Lolu. Lolu palm. I like that. That's actually a cool name. So those are indigenous to Hawaii. Those were the first palms that were there when the settlers arrived from French Polynesia. Pacifica, yeah, Pacifica's from Fiji. I'm guessing that's what I always thought anyway. And they use a lot of Pacifica around Maui. I see a lot of them planted and really easy to scoop seed from them too. There's actually some nice ones growing at the condo where we stay. Sunny today in 17. See, you gotta love that. 17, it is cool here today. Last time I looked, it was around 6.3 and just crappy November cool weather. But I'll shoot this outside for you so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. You can see some blue sky over there. It's looking like this here. You know, it's always green and the palms are growing. But, you know, with the time change and everything, unfortunately, it gets darker earlier now. And tomorrow would really suck if I had to work, but I don't have to work anymore, so it can rain all at once. See you. Okay, see you later, Southwest Ireland rainforest. See you later, Dara. Cheers and aloha and hang loose. They are not indigenous. They are. Oh, they are. Okay. Interesting. That's very interesting. So what do you think, Jane? Are coconut palms native to Hawaii, or were they brought by the first settlers, the first travelers, the Polynesians that arrived there, you know, 1,500 or 2,000 years ago, whenever they came from the South Pacific? Did they bring coconuts with them? That is the question. Means those species are only found. Yes, so they are only found in Hawaii. Interesting. So how about coconut palms? Are they endemic to Hawaii? Well, they're not endemic to Hawaii. Were they brought to Hawaii? That's what I want to know. Are they native to Hawaii? Because I know coconut palms grow all through the tropics. Will you be in Salt Spring by the end of the year? It depends. It really depends. Oh, no, they will be here by the end of the year. Yes, we will, Michael. Coconut may be indigenous. Okay, Jane, that's what I was wondering. I also thought maybe the Polynesians brought them. Michael, we have not gone through the immigration process yet. We are still in the immigration process, so we can't do anything until that is done. So we are on Salt Spring Island until that is done, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do. So we may even be here in the spring. We're definitely not going to be gone this year because this year is just about over. So we have to get through the process. There's a lot of paperwork. We're still waiting for our marriage certificate to come back from Honolulu. It's getting apostolized in Honolulu. Wendy sent it there a few weeks ago, and it might not be another couple of weeks before it arrives back. At least that's what they told her on the phone. Because we got married on Maui, it has to get apostolized back in the Hawaiian Islands. So we're waiting on that. And I'm also waiting on something that's not going to be here till probably mid-December from my pension plan people, because the Costa Rican government consulate wants to see how much money I'm going to be bringing in. If I move to their country, they want to know that I can support myself they want to see how much money I'm going to be earning on pension. So that's the plan. So we still are waiting for some paperwork to come in, and then we have to go to the notary and get that one stamped. We were just at the notary 2 days ago, and he notarized some stuff. Are you or with? No, we will be selling. Well, Wendy would sell the place privately, but she wants to go with the property guys. The property guys are good because they take way less commission. I think $6,500 to $10,000 max. That's it. No $50,000, $60,000 like other realtors take when you sell a place for $1.5 million, right? So property guys, and they're pretty popular on this island. They sell a lot of real estate, and that's what she wants to go use. The property guys, they'll come and take tons of photos. They'll put it all over the internet, broadcast it all over the place. They'll bring a drone. They'll do drone footage, and then they'll list it for us. So it's going to be the property guys. But I'm sure Wendy would sell it privately if somebody made her a good offer. Wendy's in no hurry. All right. So she's very determined to get the asking price, what she wants. Right. So she's not going to go too low. Real estate's very expensive on Salt Spring Island. I'll just let you know that it is very costly here on Salt Spring. We have 2 acres here, and it's a beautiful property, and it's a money-making property. This property earns an income. So somebody that bought this place that wants to earn an income, maybe they're retired or want to be semi-retired and still make money while they're retired, this is the place for it. It's walking distance to the beach, 15-minute drive from the hustle and bustle of Ganges, the village. And there's a beautiful farm stand just out our driveway. We walk out our driveway, down the road, and a huge 200-acre farm or whatever. Fresh vegetables every day of the year you can get right there. It's a really good location and close to nice beaches. There's always lots of nice beaches around us up here at this end of the island. And it's quiet. It's quiet up here. You're not looking at any neighbors. No neighbors for us to see here. That's what I like. You can do whatever you want. No rules and regulations like the city. It's perfect. So if you know somebody looking for a place on Salt Spring Island and wants to relocate to the Southern Gulf Islands, there's a lot of people that relocate from Central Canada here in Eastern Canada and the prairies. And some of our best friends have moved here from Ontario. And they love it. One of the last couple we know that moved here a few years ago, they have 7 or 8 acres down on the south end. Good afternoon, piece of me. Good to see you in there. Hope you're having better weather than us. It stopped raining here. It's getting darker earlier though. You know, with the time change, it's just very gloomy out there, except for that crack of blue sky just over there, off in the distance. So I hope you're having a good day down in just south of us. Just south. You're not that far south of us. 100 and something miles south of us. So anyway, when the time comes, I don't think we're going to have a tough time selling the house. But like I say, we're getting rid of a lot of stuff right now. We're being more minimalists. You know, the weather the other day, yeah, we had sun breaks yesterday too, but we sure got a lot of rain. And it rained a lot this morning. I was down at the base of the property raking up some leaves. And then I decided to go check out those old Swampsonii palms. And they are just saturated. It is just wet down there. There's water sitting around them and looking icky. There's camel in there. So we got a good crowd in here today. Jane, Michael, Southwest Ireland's gone because it's getting a little later there. Piece of me in Seattle. Camel in South Carolina, Larry and Michael's in Poland, and Mixie Palms is over in England. There are people from all over the world joining us on the live stream today. I'm glad the live stream is continuing and not dying on me, because that's what happens often. The live stream dies. I'm just going to show you, please, on this website. They are growing fast. I find the Trachycarpus swampsonii are growing fast. It blows me away how fast they grow down there. I wish I had a time-lapse camera. Anyway, I'm just going to show you the latest order here. These ones are going to Ontario. I'm working this week, and that's it for me. Oh, you're working this week. Right there, there's our palm sticker we put on. I'm just going to show you the Trachycarpus, or not Trachycarpus, Sable brasoriensis. Those are Sable cross brasoriensis right there. Heading to Ontario. Those are going to Ontario, believe it or not. Sable brasoriensis going to some guy named Rocky in Ontario. Right there. I'm leaving my job. You're leaving your job. What are you doing that for? What are you going to do? What type of job are you going to do when you leave that job? Uh-oh, here comes the rain again. It's pouring down with rain. It does not sound nice out there. You're leaving your job. Well, I left my job. Wednesday will be 2 weeks ago. And you know what? As much as I loved my job, I am thoroughly enjoying my permanent vacation. I absolutely love the fact that tomorrow, when I get up in the morning and I hear the rain pounding on the roof, if it's pounding on the roof, I do not have to get up at around 4:45 a.m. in the morning when it's dark and go to work. That sucked. You know what I mean? Everything about my job I love. Well, most everything. Working in the cold, in the rain, it was getting to me. It was getting to my joints and my muscles. And you know what? I already feel much better. I'm going to start volunteering at zoos. I'm a senior in high school. Oh, cool. Volunteering at zoos would be a cool thing. We don't have any zoos around here anymore. They will be there, Michael. Be patient. Because it'll be over a month easily for them to get to you. It's crazy how slow it is. And then I said that to the girl at the post office. I says, mail is so terribly slow, isn't it? It's so slow. Mail is so slow these days. So I mailed some stuff off to Australia that was last week. And she said, and I had airmail stickers on the package. It was a book. It was one of our books, because we have books. I was sending a book to Australia. And she says, well, there's no flights going in or out of Australia. It's only going by boat. And I says, you got to be kidding me. I says, well, how long is that going to take to get to Australia? And she says, over 3 months. My book is going to take over 3 months to get to Australia. And then she says, oh, wait, she's playing with the computer. She says, oh, you're in luck, Joe. They've just opened up flights to Australia. So it's probably still going to take just about a month for my book to get to Australia. It's crazy. That's how slow the Canada Post is. I call it snail mail, Michael. Snail mail. But anyway, I have sent your stuff. I sent some stuff a week ago to Calgary, Alberta, and it's still not there. The guy messaged me. He says, do you know when my stuff is coming? And I said, no, I don't. I mean, I sent it. That's all I can do. Once it's in the hands of Canada Post, it's up to them. But I mail everything. I'm an honest guy. I don't ever rip anybody off. When I say I'm going to mail something, I mail it. It goes. So this is eBay stuff, and I have to mail that tomorrow. Right? It's like the 19th century all over again. I know it sucks. Trachycarpus, they will be there. And I know Michael loves Trachycarpus. And I love Trachycarpus too. Better than living a few thousand years. Yep, that's right. Camel. Last week I felled another old tree. I want you and Wendy to make something. Oh, that's awesome, Michael. You don't have to do that, but that's so nice. By the way, guys, see this? This is from Poland. This is from Michael, Poland, K-R-O-S Palms, Michael, right there. And there's one that says Wendy on it too. It's actually engraved in there. And our friend looked like this. He's a woodworker. He says, man, that's amazing. That is an amazing mug. And it keeps the heat in my teeth. Remember, Israel spent 40 years walking across the desert for something that should take less than. Yeah, exactly, Campbell. You got it. That's a good way to look at it. Most because their lack of faith. That is true. We got to look on the bright side. We got to think positive. It is raining big time out there. Oh my God. It is pouring down with rain. It is gray. The blue sky is gone, and it is a typical wet coast autumn day. It is downright nasty out, and it's cold out. We got a fire going in here. We got a beautiful fire going in our wood stove. Our house is heated with wood, and we are only burning eucalyptus. That is the only wood. What do you want to see? The rain? I'll show you. I'll stand outside, and I'm going to show you how ugly it is. There it is, guys. You like that? Ugly. Wet and ugly. That's firewood in that wheelbarrow. I just keep it covered up so it doesn't get wet. So there it is. A wet day in paradise. Very gross out here. So that's why I'm in here. So you know what? Tomorrow morning when I get up, I hope it's doing that. You know why? Because I don't have to go to work. Oh, geez, the joys of not working. I put in my 40-something years. I'm done. Yes. It's not heavy. Oh, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy rain for here. And I'm sure that's going to put at least an inch in the rain gauge. I think that's pretty heavy duty rain for us. Hey, it's even coming down stronger now. Look at this. I'm going to go back out again. Come on. You can't say that's not heavy. Look at that. There it is, folks. That's what a wet coast day looks like on Salt Spring Island. Wet, wet, wet. Just freaking ugly. Imagine working out in that. That's what I work out in. That's what I did work out in, you know. So think about that, getting up at 5 in the morning when it's dark, or 4:45 in the morning, and working that all day. That is not fun. It is absolutely awful because, you know, sometimes it's hard to warm up when you get wet. And I find my fingers get cold. You know, but the tips of my fingers get cold, and that's gross. It's not fun. If the sky is dark, you can physically see the rain being blown. No, this is heavy. I can hear it on the roof. Oh my God. It's gross. I don't know. It probably rains heavier there. You're a lot farther south. You have probably a lot heavier rainstorms than us, but this for this area is pretty heavy duty rain. It is the wet season here on the Gulf Islands. And you know what? Garden loves it. Trachycarpus palms love it. It's they're soaking it up. And I shot a video, like I say, of the Parajubea palm, the Torellii, the big one. We have Cosoides too, but the Parajubea seems to really love this cool weather. Now, you guys know that mountain coconut is from high elevations of the Andes Mountain. And you know what, Jane? If Jane's still in there, I think Parajubea would work at a higher elevation on Maui, maybe in the up country, maybe closer to top of Haleakala. I think mountain coconut would definitely work. And I think that's one that should be tried in Ireland too, because Dara has a cooler climate, but not frigid. And I think Parajubea would probably work really good where Dara is. And I don't know if Dara grows that palm, but that's one palm he should be growing. You know, do Sable Minor like a lot of rain? No, they can handle the rain. Yes, Michael, they can handle rain. They can handle lots of wetness. They generally grow in pretty wet areas. So that's why one of our Sable Minor palms, the bigger one, really suffered this summer. It did not get enough water and it dried up. There is supposedly the longest lunar eclipse of the century, late November, in Washington. Aurora Borealis group talking about CFM. Oh, no way. That's cool. Piece of me, that is so awesome. So if you guys can see it and it's clear here and there, then we should be able to see it too. Forget it. No, not going to see it. I'm like this time of the year. Because it's too cloudy. Well, you never know. I mean, we do get sunny days in the autumn and winter. The November cloud cover. But you know what? November we can get a lot of rain. I've seen the wettest month sometime is November here. You know, I've seen like 11 inches of rain in November, maybe close to 12 inches of rain, and a lot of gray. And that's why a lot of people associate rain with the Pacific Northwest. They think it rains like this year round. That ain't the case. It's the rainy season now. This is when we get our precipitation. The spring and summer months can be very dry. And right now, soak it up, good for the aquifers. Fill the wells back up. It's all good. Keep the lakes looking back a little bit fuller again, because the water line had really receded on some of our lakes here. So this is good rain. If you don't have to work in it, it's a good thing. you got a roof over your head and you're dry and you're doing a live stream and you're live streaming to good people, that's a good thing. And I know Seattle gets the same weather we get, probably even pretty much the same rainfall. Seattle, it might be a little drier annually because we're more in a rain shadow, but I don't think Seattle gets more than 40 inches of rain annually. I'm thinking Seattle is probably like around maybe 38 inches annually, 39 inches annually. So I don't think on a yearly basis, Seattle gets that much rain. And it's even drier in Sequim. If you go up to Sequim, it's dry. I wonder what Nia Bay is like. When we were over in Port Renfrew, you can see over across to Nia Bay. You can see in a distance Nia Bay, the very northwestern tip of Washington. You're right. It's good getting the rain. Yeah, so it's not that bad. I wonder what the rainfall is in Toronto. I think the actual annual rainfall in Toronto is around 41 inches. Swimming would be freezing, though. Oh, swimming would be freezing now, but not in the summertime. The lakes are like bath water, and it's very warm on the west side of our island. It warmed up. People were saying it was so warm. It was beautiful swimming on the west side of our island, especially this year. But the west side of our island warms up more than the east side of our island. Depends where you're swimming. You got to swim in our lakes, Camel. It's like bathtub water in the summertime. It's absolutely beautiful. And the west side of our island is very warm, the Pacific Ocean, because the current doesn't move through there much. The tide goes out, warms up the sand. When it comes back in, it's very warm. Matter of fact, Camel, the warmest swimming water on the Pacific coast north of Mexico is about 120 miles north of where I live. Believe it or not, that's the truth. The warmest swimming water, ocean swimming water north of Mexico on the Pacific coast is in Desolation Sound around Savory Island. Aren't the western sides land? Nope. Drier and, well, the west side of our island's dry too, but it's warmer. The water's warmer there and the water's cooler on this side. Ocean water. Like that beaver coast. Foggy. Yeah. That's one thing we don't get here is a lot of fog. Thank God the Gulf Islands don't get a lot of fog. It's the west coast of Vancouver Island that gets summer fog. At this time of the year, you're not going to get a lot of fog, but the summertime, the west coast gets a fog like San Francisco. Rain shadow just opened up. Oh, really? Yeah. No, we had one and it's done now. It's gloomy. It's dark. And we'll send that up this way. Send it up this way, my friend. We're not that far from you. I think as the crow flies from Victoria, I think Seattle is about 75 miles or something, isn't it? It's moving our way good. So we're due north. I think Salt Spring is probably due north of you, right? You know where we are. The Southern Gulf Islands and San Juans. I think if you do a straight line, we'd probably bump into Seattle, correct? Would that be the truth? Do you think we'd bump right into Seattle, Puget Sound? Pretty sure. Oh, it's heavy rain out there now. Little bit of wind and just dark and gloomy. After this live stream in about 10 minutes or so, I am going to eat some lunch. I'm going to eat some late lunch. That's what I'm going to do for sure. I haven't had lunch. I made breakfast this morning. You know what I did? I head out to the barbecue and I barbecued some chorizo sausage. And then I made some sunny side up free range eggs. The eggs here are so good. Free range farm eggs. And that's what we had. We had chorizo sausage and free range farm eggs for breakfast. It was pretty good. Pretty yummy. I don't know what we're doing for dinner. And anyway, it's a good day to stay inside. I'm glad I got some stuff done outside. Wendy got her walk in. She walks down to North Beach Road, which is probably a good 20-minute walk from here. I heard in Peru there use fog. Really? Oh, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, well, a lot of people here collect rainwater in the summertime. So there's a lot of water catchment going on because you can drill a well here and it doesn't mean you're going to get good water or any water at all. Sometimes you drill a little too deep and you get salt water, and that's a bad thing. Once you get salt water, you basically got to plug up that well with concrete because it can screw up the whole aquifer. Larry, hey, Joe, did you finally get the... No, never. I will never. I'm going to try not to get it. I'll tell you one thing. Larry, my son and his girlfriend came over yesterday, and they're both got 2 tablespoons of medicine in each one of them. And both of them, not that long ago, weeks ago, probably like a month ago, both came down with that world flu. So both of them had the world flu. even though they have 2 tablespoons of special medicine in them. So they're not getting a third now. They got both tablespoons, but they're not going to get a third. All my kids have 2 tablespoons of special medicine. I'm not going to get it. If we go to Costa Rica, we may hire a private jet to take us there. That is the plan. Just giant nets with holes. Cool. That's awesome. That's a smart idea. I'm totally 100% against the mandates too. I don't believe in any of that. Yeah, you got to say tablespoons, Camel, because everything is censored on here, and YouTube loves to censor things. So that's the plan. We will probably take a private jet or a boat to get out of Canada when the time comes. We do not want the special medicine. You have to say special medicine, otherwise YouTube police are watching, Facebook police watch, Twitter police watch, and Instagram police watch. So no special medicine for us. But like I say, my kids have it, but they're done with it. They don't believe it. They don't buy into any of this crap anymore. My son was here last night, and he said, he was on the live stream with me. He says, I'm done, Dad. No more for me. He says they had their 2 tablespoons of special medicine, and they both had that flu. They both had it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's up in the air. So I don't like the mandates. I'm just not buying into people losing their job, man. It's not right. And I don't have anything against people that get it. Like I say, all my kids have the special medicine. Wendy's kids, one of her kids has a special medicine. Her mom, her sister has the special medicine. So that's fine. You know what? It's no different than somebody getting the flu shot. If you want to get it, get it. But I don't like when the government's forcing it on me, or I'm going to lose my job. So that is the key. That's the thing with me. They said by December 13th, in my line of work, and I work outside, don't even have to get near people. I have to get 2 tablespoons of special medicine by December 13th, or I lose my job. So anyway, thank goodness I retired. I have friends, coworkers that are not going to get it, and unfortunately, they're going to lose their job, which is really, really sad. They said there's only been 2 or 3 cases in where I work, and like where I work covers Victoria, Saanich, Suit, Port Renfrew, and Southern Gulf Islands. Over 1,100 people are employed with my government company that I work for, and the people that got it didn't even get it within the company. They got it from outside the company, but yet they're still mandating this stuff and pushing it on people. It's not fair. It's not right, and there's something fishy about it. So anyway, I'm fine. I will just use my what God gave me inside my body. We're going to call it the immune system, right? Anyway, I feel good, and that's what it's going to be at. Yeah, no, a lot of people here too, piece of me. Like, it's really sad. Hi, Joe. I found positive energy to Greece. Well, you want to know something? If I have, yeah, I would too, Larry. Well, our B&Bs are still open. We got people checking in next week. They keep improving the treatments too. Yeah, well, there is ivermectin for people too. But, I'm going to tell you something. So my son and his girlfriend were at a bar. This was a few weeks back. And no, it was before that. And she said her friends tested P. You know what that means? There's negative. Well, they tested P, her friends. And she was sipping out of the same glass as her drink. They're sharing a glass of booze. And so my son's girlfriend never got it, but the other girl tested P and had it. So if it's that contagious, how come she didn't get it? It don't make sense. Anyway, sending positive thoughts your way to Greece. All right. And I'm sure she'll be fine because the survival rate for it is nearly 100%. So positive energy. They keep improving the treatment. Yeah. So it's a shame if you have to close. Wendy's staying open. She hasn't had any problem with her B&B here. It's been busy all summer. It was actually a really busy summer at the accommodations here. And like I say, we got people checking in next Friday for 3 days. When they leave, we got somebody else checking in for 2 or 3 days. And then when they leave, there's somebody else checking in. So it's been good for her because generally this time of the year, the accommodations are pretty slow. And so it's nice to have people checking in November. So her accommodations are open year-round. We have 2 of them. And if you're ever on Salt Spring in the wintertime and you need a place to stay, you want a nice accommodation, Wendy's accommodation is on booking.com. And she's got very good reviews here at this accommodation. Very good. And she cleans it well. It's all sterilized and all that stuff. So she's going by all the rules. In Greece, there is a beautiful variety of date palm. Oh, I know Theoprasti. So Phoenix Theoprasti is also grows in Turkey, and it quite hardy, but it does not like the wet weather. So back in the late 1980s, we imported some palms from Phil Bergman at Jungle Music Palms in Westminster, California. And one of the palms happened to be a Phoenix Theoprasti. So my friend that lived on the suburbs of Vancouver, Richard, his name was, he tried it in his garden. I was there. I watched him plant the palm tree. And unfortunately, the palm tree did die the first winter. It did not like the wet, cold winters of Vancouver. Wet and cool are no good for Phoenix Theoprasti. So nice palm. If you grow a Phoenix Theoprasti, make sure you cover it up for winter. And, if you're in a cold area, throw some Christmas lights around it. Those mini lights, those little mini Christmas lights work well. The LED ones don't work. LED lights don't put off any heat, but the mini lights work really, really well because they actually do generate heat. Or you can use some C7 Christmas lights, which are the smaller variety of the old school lights. Then there's the bigger ones, which are C9. And C9 lights actually are 7 watts per bulb. And the C7, I think, are 5 watts per bulb. And so if you got 25 bulbs on a strand, you're going to be getting some good heat. And that's one way to kind of cheat a little bit if you want to grow a date palm in a cooler climate, or you want to grow a Washingtonia. There's white with dreamy eyes. I see those emojis. I see those eyeballs. Is it snowing up there right now, Dave? Because it is raining so heavily here. I'm just going to put this out one more time so Dave can see what it's looking like here on this gloomy. Dave, enjoy the rain with me here on Salt Spring Island. It is a wet day in paradise. There you go, Dave. That's what it's doing on Salt Spring Island. It is wet, 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 wet. Very, very wet. It is a wet coast rainforest type day, right? It's downright fugly. Very fugly. And you know what that means. You guys can figure that one out. So thank God I am in this cozy house. It is so cozy in this house. Let's go see what Wendy's doing. She's probably in the living room trying to stay away from me. Stay quiet. There she is. What is she doing? What are you up to?
I'm eating junk food.
Wendy's eating junk food. There is Wendy. There. Say hi to Wendy. Oh, wow. Looks like we've traded. Sunny and warm in Prince George where Dave is. Yeah, it's sunny and warm. And there's a crack in the sky in Seattle. And there's Wendy with her little dog. And there's our fire's gone out. No, we got to get some wood in there. Got to get some wood in there. Hang on.
Hi.
Okay, Wendy's going to say hi to you for me. I got to get some wood.
Hi. I'm eating cheesies. I know I'm eating junk food. I love cheesies. I can't see. Larry. Hi, Larry. Hi. KROS. Kroos?
That's Michael. He sent us the mugs in Poland.
Is Kroos where he lives?
No, KRS Palm. So
KRS.
This is what we're burning. This is how we heat our house. That's a chunk of eucalyptus firewood right there. It is very heavy, very hard wood. So that's eucalyptus white gum or Dallarium pleana. These are ones I grew from seed years ago, and that's how we heat this place in the winter.
You got little bugs in.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to burn those bugs.
A wood bug.
Burn those.
Land in my tea.
Is it in my tea?
No, I almost found my tea. I have a wood bug in my tea.
Okay. Let's get that fire going. Okay, I'll take this out of here so Wendy doesn't have to. So I don't have to bother Wendy.
No, it's okay.
Is it okay?
Well, I'm practicing Spanish.
Wendy's practicing Spanish because the plan is to eventually escape Canada and move to Costa Rica. But you know what? What's that? Well, she said maybe we're going to Hawaii too. Wendy's always changing things up, right? And I let her decide. Wendy says, another thing we could do. Nice. Yeah, eucalyptus is awesome, Larry. We have 2 woodsheds full of eucalyptus trees. Anyway, hello, Wendy, from everybody in here, Michael and White with Dreamy Eyes and Larry. Anyway, send that weather down here, Dave. So Wendy said, here's another thing we can do. we could sell this place and buy a cheaper place on Vancouver Island, southern Vancouver Island, and then buy a place on Maui, buy like a condo on Maui and rent it out for 6 months and stay in it for 6 months. So that's another plan that Wendy came up with yesterday. She's looking at condos on Maui, and we could afford a condo in Maui after we sell this place. Send us the sun, Dave. Send us the sun. I see you. Yeah, so that would be actually a pretty good thing to do. Buying a condo in Maui and going to Maui for 6 months and then being in Canada for 6 months. That's also another option. So that's Wendy's option. She's thinking about that too. So who knows what's going to happen. Man, it's gross out here. It is so wet. I'm going to make lunch soon. Anyway, I miss Maui. I really miss the Hawaiian Islands. And if we do go back to Maui at some point, I really would like to do a little trip over to the island of Oahu, and then we could visit our friend Jane. A good plan. I think that's a good plan. Wendy, that is a good plan. No, seriously, you buy a condo there, and it's easy to rent a condo out on Maui, for sure. Expensive in South Kihei at the one end of the beach. If you go to the other end of the beach, it's a little cheaper for condos. But if you go back from the beach, I mean, anything near the beach is expensive. You go a little bit farther back, a little bit cheaper. It's like anything on Salt Spring, too. Anything near the ocean is super expensive, or on a lake, especially on the ocean. But lake is expensive, too. We're across the street from the ocean, but we don't see the ocean because there's forest blocking out the ocean, which is probably a good thing. Which stops wind, too. Oh, my God. Listen to that rain. Anyway, guys, I am going to make me some lunch soon. That's what I got to do. Will you grow palm trees from seeds? Yes, I will definitely. If I move to the tropics, Michael, I will definitely be growing palm trees. And I said to Wendy, I definitely will be shipping seed. Caleb, I just got back from Newport. The king tides messed up the crabs. Oh, you caught one. I guess you're catching Dungeness crab out there, eh? Is that Dungeness? And it's probably rock. We get Dungeness and rock crab here. Red rock crab and Dungeness. Holy, hear that, Wendy? It is coming down in buckets. I think for lunch, I'm going to have me some Mr. Noodle soup. That's what I'm going to have. So anyway, yeah, Michael, when the time comes, we will move away and we will still grow palm trees. I brought and planted in 24-291. Oh, wow. Cool. That's awesome, Caleb. So when I get back, I'll do. Okay, do an update. Wow. How's the weather there anyway in Oregon, Caleb? It is very, very wet here. And Caleb, you're a long way from Newport Beach, Oregon. A long way, right? Holy cow. It is wet. So I talked to my friend yesterday that moved here from Bend, Oregon. She lived in Bend, Oregon. Her and her husband are Oregonians, and they moved to Salt Spring quite a few years ago from Bend, Oregon, and they lived in Oregon for 35 years. And I was shooting a video when I bumped into her. I was in town. I was shooting a video of the palm trees. Nice lady. It was pouring every day on the coast, but it's pretty. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's wet here, man. Oh, you're 20 minutes from Bend. Yeah, so she lived in Bend for 35 years. Lawyer. Even. Can you hear the rain on our roof, Dave? Can you actually hear it? That's how heavy it's coming down here. It's crazy. Oh, I can't imagine the poor guys that got to work in this tomorrow. Oh, the joys of being on a vacation. The joys of being on a permanent vacation. I'm enjoying it. I really am. And, you know, I can live stream anytime I want now. Live stream with you great folks there. So anyway, my daughter's coming out in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to make sure I do a live stream so you can meet my daughter. Just barely. Okay. I just started an outdoor seasonal job in 1 week. Oh, outdoor. Cool. Seasonal job. Seasonal jobs are good, especially if it's sunny out. Life is good. Yes, Larry, life is good. And the key is to stay healthy and don't listen to all the news on the mainstream media. Don't buy into all the fear mongering and live your life without fear. I see there's a lot of people that live in fear out there. Passes about foot of snow. Holy cow. Wow, that's a lot of snow. I have an interview tomorrow after school. Cool. Right on, Caleb. Interviews are fun. Are you nervous? I bet you're a little bit nervous, aren't you? I was excited for my interview when I went for the Parks Department. Oh, Christmas trees are great. I used to go, when I worked at a big nursery here, I used to go every year before Christmas, go to the Christmas tree farm in the south end with the dump truck. And we would cut the trees down, and I would bring a truckload of them back to the nursery and we'd sell them. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it'll go good. Just go in with confidence and you will get the job. And Larry is right. Life is good. You know what? We wake up on this side of the ground. It's good. We're healthy. Keep your immune system strong. Like I say, try not to listen to too much of the news. I stopped listening to the news ages ago. So what's going on in this world right now doesn't really exist to me or Wendy. Life just goes on as usual. Life is what you make it, Dave. Exactly. And I try to make it good. Same with Wendy. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah, exactly. I go to 7-Eleven much. I go to the 7-Eleven so much the workers. Oh, cool. Nice. 7-Eleven. So we don't have any 7-Elevens here. But when I was a kid, I remember they built one probably about I'm going to say a 15-minute bicycle ride from my house. And I used to go to that one. Let's go, Brandon. And I used to go to 7-Eleven. That was back in around 1974. I think they built it, or 73 or 74. And back then we used to go for these things called Slurpees. What varieties of palms mainly grow in Costa Rica? Every tropical variety under the sun, Michael. Every tropical variety. You can grow them all. You can grow sealing wax palms. You can grow Cocos nucifera. So Cyrostachys renga, sealing wax palm is the Cyrostachys renga. Hyophorbe, Latania, Bismarckia nobilis, Corypha, Ladoicea. You can grow Rhaphis excelsa. It goes on and on and on. You can just grow so many types of tropical palms there. All the different types of Camadorias. Blue raspberry, simple. Oh, I haven't had a Slurpee for years. I like banana flavor, but I don't know if I remember banana flavor. See, I'm talking Slurpees before they were even in plastic cups. When I was a kid, they were in these like cardboard cups. What's this, Brandon? That's something to do with Biden. Somebody said something about Biden, and it was a derogatory remark, and now they call it Let's Go, Brandon. So it's about Biden. So the Slurpees I used to get when I was a kid, there was blueberry, raspberry, strawberry. I think those were the flavors. Let's not talk. Yeah, I'm not a politic guy. Well, looking forward to seeing your garden. Yeah, so if we get to Costa Rica, see, we're still going user one. We are in the process of immigration, and it takes time. So we're not moving overnight. We're going to be here for a while. And when it all happens and everything pans out the way we want it to, and we get the stamp of approval, if we get the stamp of approval, we will go. Having perch. Oh, perch for dinner. Hey, Wendy, what's for dinner, babe? She's taking Spanish lessons. Wendy is actually taking Spanish lessons in the living room. And not that either, about the world flu. I call it the world flu, Dave, and I call the other thing the special medicine. We don't want to talk about that either. Let's talk about vacation. We can talk about food. We can talk about weather. We can talk about gymnastics. People were cheering. That's right. Lady on the camera didn't like that, so they said we're saying, let's go, Brandon. Yeah. Biden. That's right. That's funny. And yeah, I don't really like him either. So, oh my God, it's raining even heavier now. The creek is going to be gushing. The swamp, and our families. And yes, gymnastics. Yes. Well, when you're here, Dave, when you come down to Salt Spring Island, hopefully we'll still be here. We could do a live stream. We could sit right here. We could do a live stream outside. We could go right out in the sun deck, because most likely when you come here, the weather's going to be a lot better. I ain't going to be putting my laptop out in this weather because, it's fugly. It is so ugly. I've been harvesting a bunch of fruits. Oh, really? Oh, nice. That's awesome. So are you eating them then? Are they good enough to eat down that way? I've seen cactus patches here with some pretty good sized fruits on them. And those are the ones that are kind of growing under an overhang. Yes, we will live stream. We will live stream from the Gulf Island. And I want to play chat. Yeah, you know what? That guy, so the guy, when you're watching that video, the one guy on the right, the more scruffy looking guy, the skinnier guy. So he was on the right of Wendy. He's the guy that started the chess club on Salt Spring. So there was a Fort China Newport. Yeah, there's some nice ones in Newport. I've seen some beautiful ones there. I've been to Newport. I know it well. we will take you down there. They often play chess in the park, and you can have a chess game. I'll say, this is my friend Dave. I will shoot a YouTube video, and you can play chess with those guys. Those guys are vagrants, but they're nice vagrants, and they are doing something constructive. I said, I love to see you guys playing chess in here because you're quiet, you're not bothering anybody, and you're using your brain. I was one game away from going to the state. Really? Cool. So you're good at chess. Well, Caleb needs to play white with dreamy eyes. Chess game. What opuntia makes the best edible fruit? I wonder which one. Is it Opuntia vulgaris? Depends on the species. I have 2 fruiting large pads, piece only 1. Delicious. That is pretty cool. And you can eat the pads too. You know you can eat the young pads, but I don't recommend it here. I only grow them for ornamental beauty. It's like, I don't like when people ask me for banana leaves. Oh, Joe, we're making an Indonesian dish. Can you cut off some of your banana leaves? Like, no, I don't like cutting off banana leaves. I really don't. But I have done it before for somebody somewhere. Yeah, so there you go. Caleb needs to challenge Dave in a chess match. I think there are several, many actually. That's cool. Piece of me. I see them sell them in our store every so often. They bring in some weird fruit, and it has been a while, but they do have cactus fruit and cactus pads. I love when they bring in the real cool exotic fruit. Redmond, there you go, Dave. If you're ever in Redmond, Oregon, you play Caleb chess game, and if I'm there too, I'll shoot a YouTube video. That'll be a YouTube video of 2 guys playing chess. I wish people would have planted 14 instead of cordy lines. Cordy lines are everywhere on the Oregon coast. You want to see monster cordy lines, go down to Coos Bay, Reesport, Florence, there's pretty big ones, but also Gold Beach and Brookings, massive cordy lines. Redmond, Oregon, sure, I'll tell you. Yeah, when you get to Redmond, Oregon, you play Caleb. You challenge him to a game. And if I'm not there, make sure you shoot a YouTube video. And it was a short video I shot of those guys. Wendy was actually giving out clothes. Wendy gives out clothes to people in the park so they can stay warm in the winter, because the one guy on the right of Wendy, so if you're looking at Wendy, the guy on the right was the guy Wendy gave him some clothes. It's the guy on the left that started the chess thing in the park. So Wendy gave him a toque, and he's wearing some of the clothes she gave him last week, and she gave him some mittens. So Wendy does good deeds. Wendy does good deeds for the less fortunate people out there, and unfortunately he has to sleep outside. 76, wow, that was a long time ago. I also dug up some bamboo roots. Cool, bamboo roots, right on. The first time I was ever in Oregon, I was probably in the 70s, I guess. Went to Portland. I also dug up some bamboo roots. They went 2 foot down. Yeah, generally bamboo runs about 22 inches deep, something like that, and can be very aggressive. Some of it can spread like a weed. That's the problem with bamboo, you guys. So watch where you plant it, okay? Bamboo does have a bad name. If you have good soil, it will destroy your garden. Here on Salt Spring Island, at this location, and I won't say all over Salt Spring, but here we have pretty poor soil. Upper garden is not going to spread. Lower garden down in the ravine, it'll take over. We have we have a lot of bamboo here. I don't know what kind it was, but there's some green, some black. Oh, black, cool. That's awesome, Caleb. That's cool. I love black bamboo. That's Philostachys nigra. There's another one you would really like called Philostachys boreal nigra, Dalmatian bamboo, and it's got spots, kind of black spots. We have that one growing here as well. So anyway, guys, I should roll soon and grab something to eat. I'm having an awesome time live streaming with you guys. You guys are awesome, but I'm getting really hungry. And if I wait too late to eat, then it will be dinner, and I will miss it's actually past lunch. It is 1:38 p.m. Did you guys actually change your clocks then? I hope you change your clocks. It does it automatically on the computer for me here, but I assume you guys changed your clocks before you went to bed. I know Dave did. Yes, you did. And some people don't need to change their clocks. It just depends where you live. Saskatchewan does not change their clocks. You know, that's not fair. Saskatchewan does not change their clocks. We have a lot of clocks here to change, and it's kind of a pain. Yeah, I got to go out and get some sun. Oh, you're lucky. Sunshine in Prince George. Oh, it is so wet here and so gray. Okay, Dave, have a good one. You guys. Oh, yeah, bamboo. I think it'll grow there. Caleb, put it in some good soil. If the worst comes to worst and the tops freeze down, it'll come back up again. No time change. Well, they're talking about it, Dave. They're talking about keeping the spring ahead time. They've been working on it. If California does it, then I know Oregon and Washington and BC will follow. And you know what? You are gaining an hour of sleep. To me, it doesn't matter anymore because I don't work. I'm a pensioner. I'm going to be a pensioner soon. I'm on vacation time right now, but soon I'm going to be a pensioner. So anyway, guys, it probably would be boring. I wouldn't have 8 clocks or 10 clocks to change at change time. So, well, Jane doesn't have to change her clock. I know that. And roots first. Okay, well, you can plant it outside. I think it'll be fine. Okay, guys, I'm going to roll. I think I've done a long enough live stream. You guys are awesome. And thanks for tuning in. And I will do another live stream. Maybe I'll do one tonight on Wendy's. I may. Have a good night or good afternoon. It is 1:39 p.m. And Wendy, I will tell Wendy you said hi, Caleb. I got to go see how her Spanish lessons are doing. She's doing Spanish lessons. She's going to know more Spanish than me. See, I'm just going to borrow her iPhone and do the translator thing and say, where's the restaurant? And it'll come out in Spanish, right? Where's the gas station? It will come out in Spanish. All right. See you guys later. Thanks for joining in. Everybody out there, have a great day. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever pick up on Spanish. I mean, I might be able to. KRS Palms, have a nice Sunday. I know it's very late there, Michael. Thank you very much. You and your family enjoy the rest of the day. Michael, Caleb, Dave, Larry Johnson, Piece of Me. Who else is in there? Jane, if you're still in there. Mixie Palms in England. Camel, you may have gone. There's a lot of people in there today. And I will say bye to Wendy for you, Michael. Thank you. And say hi to your family from us here on Salt Spring Island on the Southern Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Absolute palm lover, quadruple 4. See you later. We love you guys. You guys are awesome. Waiting for, yes, we will do. I think I might do one tonight on Wendy's. I just get her iPhone, heat up my hand because it gets hot, and I will sit on the couch and I'll do a live stream. Okay. And William Lightfoot, take care, buddy. Relationship to Gordon Lightfoot, are you? I hope you guys know who Gordon Lightfoot is. He is a Canadian entertainer and just an awesome singer. I don't even know if the guy's still alive, but look up the song Edmund Fitzgerald. Awesome song. Edmund Fitzgerald is a good song. I think it came out like 1974 or 75. It was about a big freighter that went down in one of the Great Lakes. All right. He's a great singer and he is still living. He's got to be a pretty old dude. Okay, Larry, William, and everybody take care and enjoy the rest of the day. I'm going to listen to the rain pounding on the roof. Cheers and aloha from the Gulf Islands. Join in next time.